really proud of that one.
Hey.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. It is Sunday, and it is that time, the best time for a particularly, I think, hopefully fascinating episode of.
Reminder, sonarboard.com. This is where I have my lovely notebook
And sometimes dragons, depending.
and dice and shirts and underpants and tumblers.
and shenanifuckers.
Exactly.
Sonarboard.com
That's
is
what the
what the
nerds
nerds
wear.
wear.
Anyway, welcome to episode 63 of Duval Dragons. I'm Jacob Plick, Duval King Jacob. All over the internet, I use he, him pronouns, and this is the show that I'm somehow still running. And happy to continue to do so. I think we're going to have some fun. By the way, fun Jacob Plick fact. So I was just most recently, because my voice sounds like it's been through a shredder. I was just in New Orleans for about 5 days, kicking it up, having a good time.
I'm sorry. Where
what?
were you again?
New Orleans?
That's not how you said it before.
That's not how you said it before.
What did I say?
Nolans?
No. By the way,
Nolans?
it's not called Nolans. I said New Orleans. It's all one word. New Orleans.
Nolans.
You said
No,
Nolans.
I did not say
Get
Nolans.
into the accent.
No.
No.
Can we go back to the tape?
I brought the accent. Throw back to the tape. No, because no one calls it Nolans.
This is gonna be
Everyone calls it Nolans.
No,
this is gonna
that's
be
not true.
Maddie's first TikTok.
It's
Okay,
wrong.
now that's
Actually,
a callback.
Hold on for a second. I'm not saying that nobody calls it that. I'm saying it's wrong.
But it's what
Orleans.
you called it.
Or NOLA.
Yeah.
Anyway, whatever. You know what? I'm not even telling a story now. Fuck you guys.
Louisiana. Sorry that Jacob just has problems.
I'm defending my people. I also go there. Anyway. I was just going to talk about the fact that we yell Duval a lot on Bourbon Street and Freshman Street and stuff. Great, thanks. Anyway, introducing this lovely cast of men. I am definitely going to fucking kill you guys today. Introducing this wonderful cast, of which I would just write. This is a book that no one would read. We're going to start with Chris.
Well, hi, everybody. I'm Chris. I'm playing Sator Thunderfinder, the half-orc barbarian who likes lightning and thunder and does all that fun stuff. And the last time he didn't, the last time he got hit by lightning and thunder, he didn't like it so much. And now he's kind of also suffering from PTSD. More to deep dive into that nut, but we kind of need to find out what else is going on with this motley crew of ours. Jay, who are you? What you doing?
Well, hi there, folks. I am Jay Quartz. I use she, her pronouns. I play Rune, the Goliath Paladin, who also uses she, her pronouns. And, she is being the voice of reason more often than I anticipated, trying to hold Sator back, which is a feat in itself. And a tad bit daunting. So, got some stuff going on. But I'm going to just see what our boss lady's doing. Hey, Jess, what's going on down there?
Oh shit, it's me, boss lady. Hi, guys, gals, non-binary, pals, and buttholes. It's me. I'm Jess. I'm Freckle Sketches everywhere. I use she, they pronouns. And I play Zakria, our Fire Genasi Paladin, Oath of the Ancients, super badass mom supreme. She uses she, her pronouns. And we've been through some shit. So,
Aye, Captain.
It's been some fucking time. But, some of us take it with a grain of salt, like our good buddy Rilo. Maddie, who are you? What are you playing?
Salt? No, salt's not here anymore. It's only pepper. So
Thank goodness.
Thank you, Jess. I'm Maddie, aka So Maddie Games. I use he, him pronouns. And I am indeed playing Rilo Rumblebelly, who is a little. He's a small and but he's packed with peanuts. So I'm coming for you. But Jake, what's on the agenda tonight? Other than our murder. you know.
Yeah, because I gotta build up to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Crescendo.
And so speaking of that, previously on Duval and Dragons, our we actually started in a brand new magnificent mansion, currently a work in progress by one Fate, the creator of said mansion. And as we were retiring post dinner and a bit of coming together, uh, there Rilo had received a bit of a visitor from a someone by the name of, or at least referring to themselves as the Mad Mage, seemingly interested in why Rilo both has these two incredibly powerful staffs and what do they plan to do with them. And after a bit of a conversation, challenged Rilo to a duel to the death, in which, if Rilo is successful, is going to resolve both staffs, fusing them together in some magical way. And then he properly was evicted from wherever that chamber was at one point. Waking up, all of you well rested in your new establishments, new rooms. Some of you doing a bit more of creating said and furnishing said rooms. You had breakfast, came together, decided on a plan of travel into the woods of Chihak, and upon which you eventually, after discovering that it is very, very hot outside, especially when you're on foot, discovering a what appears to be an abandoned camp that was seemingly had a bunch of footprints and blood and a weird red purple in the sun banner. And upon a bit of recognizance, some additional tracks were found, as well as a small, what appears to be book that is currently still awaiting you somewhere in the sands. But that's the only thing awaiting you, as Satir discovered, along with the fact that the woods of Chihak are much more barren than they used to be previously, and they are currently covered in fog, as well as somewhere deep, maybe not somewhere, but specifically somewhere near, or maybe even right on top of a familiar friend Sven's hovel, is a incredibly large hydra, as it has been identified. That, along with all of the magical things that have been happening and going on, was enough to set Satir off. And then, thanks to some conversations, enlarging, and Azent writing everything down, eventually, what was believed to be would have been a very dire mission for Satir on his own, but cooler heads prevailed, and we retired with maybe a bit of coming together in a strange way, as conflict tends to do sometimes. And we ended with a prank not happening yet, a duel and some training, and a waterfall and a bit of friendship as we arise for the morning with a game plan, I assume. So what would you like to do?
Hey Jake, could you do me a favor?
No.
Could you just stop your music clip and then restart it? Because I did a refresh and now it's kind of stuck, and I'm just wondering if.
Weird.
Yeah.
Did it just stop?
Yeah, it just stopped.
Okay, cool.
So I was just
which is fine because I was about to transition anyway. Okay. So, anyway, but while you're thinking about what you're wanting to do for the morning, you were all awoken to the smells of cinnamon and coffee.
Cinnamon and coffee?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I like cinnamon and
Zakria's already at the dinner table.
Okay.
We can call it that. And just organizing the literal list of shit to do that she has.
Sure. Since you're
Quietly
there,
sipping coffee.
you, along with several carafes of coffee, there's a large serving plate of cinnamon rolls with pecans baked into them.
I just grab a cup of coffee and just kind of like walk around as she like takes her sips.
Morning.
All right.
Morning.
Got a question for you.
Yeah.
Where do you hail from? Don't tell me where you live now. I don't know if there's a way for people to hear us here, but where are you from?
Would it be weird to say I honestly don't know? I was found in the woods, abandoned. She is my mother, took me in, and we never really talked about where I might have been from, and I never really had the desire to look. Just kind of figured if the people who had me didn't want me, there's no point looking for them.
It's gonna be extremely difficult for Zakria to hide the what the fuck look on her face, because while I don't think she's explained it to Rune, it's very similar to her circumstances. So she's just kind of like staring at Rune for a second, like, what? Like in disbelief before the stoicism comes back.
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of like, it's just kind of one of the things, like, abandon your kid in the wood, take off, and, life kept going, and I got a brand new family, so, why did I need to look any further?
Yeah, but you like your new family, right?
For the most part, yes.
Not that there's much to gauge it against.
Well, I mean, my growing up with
You're breaking up a little, Jay.
Oh
Yeah, super broke up.
I know. Let me see.
I think you're back now.
Okay, how's that sound?
Much better.
Okay, I might switch headphones here in a minute, depending. Yeah, no, my mom had different ways of child rearing, if you want to even call it that, but she did the best she could, and she gave me a home when I didn't have one. So we have our disagreements, but can't complain. And my wife is the best thing that ever happened to me.
Sounds like it.
But yeah.
Sorry to pry. It was just curious. We don't usually have a chance to get into the details.
Oh, no. I just never thought it was important, but thanks for asking. And
It's good to know
what
that
about
you're
yourself? What about yourself?
allies.
Family?
That's a little complicated. Not that I'm not willing to share, it's just a long story.
No. Whenever we got some time, I'd love to hear it.
The short answer is I never knew my mom. My dad abandoned me in the woods when I was pretty young. Though I'm not sure it was abandoned on purpose, and I'm still trying to understand it. And then I grew up with a grove of druids and learned later, when I was a little older, that they were a cult. And then I left.
Well, I think we're definitely tied in the sad childhood stories department.
It's why I don't trust very many druids.
I get that.
That's why Dante was a hard pill to swallow.
Yeah, that still sometimes keeps me up at night, if I'm being honest.
You and me both. I don't know what he knows, but he knows too much about us, and it makes me uncomfortable. But that's nothing we can do about now.
We could have dropped him off a higher roof when he was a corgi.
We sure could have. But just in passing, I will, of course, give you the details over a drink later, but if you ever hear of anything called Melora's Crux, run the other way. They're not here for people as much as they claim to be.
I'll keep that in mind. And she just kind of goes back to drinking her coffee.
Satir, did you stay in Rilo's room for the night? Or did you retire to your own room?
After Rilo fell asleep, I would have left his room and returned to mine.
Okay.
And then more along the lines for the idea of not wanting to disturb him with my insecurities.
Well,
I would have left a note though.
See, now I have a pseudo dragon, and they kind of act like a watch thing. I would never call them a dog. But a cat.
There would have been a note left on the ground when I left the door. And if you wake up,
tried to leave, I think Pepper would have woken me up, or at least gotten in your face.
that's
Would
fine.
you have advised Pepper to do so before?
No, I wouldn't.
I didn't think so.
But I didn't do anything. I just fell asleep. We were skipping rocks. We were chasing
Long day.
waterfalls. It was a big day.
Yeah.
The note you would have found would have read, "Appreciated the nice share. Your room is amazing. Still a little more than I am able to stand. Do come wake me when you are done, or when you arise."
Okay. Okay. Pepper, why didn't you wake me up? Oh. Okay. That's fair.
Kind of coos at you with a bit of curiosity.
Okay. All right. I slip on my robe and go outside.
All right. Azent sort of opens their door, kind of comes out, fully armored, ready to go for the day.
Oh, wow. That's right. You're a morning person.
Always have been.
Yeah.
Though I did have a lovely, nice sleep, I will say.
Oh, good. Good. How'd the spar go?
Great. I think I learned a lot.
Yeah.
I would like to go a bit more into deeper waters, I think, next time.
There was water?
It's an expression, Rilo.
Oh, okay. Because literally, Satur and I were skipping rocks on the creek.
Oh,
So he got really good really fast.
that's lovely.
Yeah. It only took me like 15 years to figure that out. And he got it
Skipping
in 1
rocks?
day. Yeah.
I do have a question for you, though.
Yeah.
I asked Sakria this as well, so I thought I would also run it by you. I've been sort of keeping a bit of a journal about sort of everything's going on. I did not consider
Is that going
that
back
that
to
would
my
make-
father?
no.
Okay. Okay.
Though I will keep that in mind that you are clearly uncomfortable with that. Should he reach out and ask?
No, it's fine. It's just my dad insecurities. Anyway,
Yes, indeed.
so
do.
you're keeping a journal.
Mhm.
That's cool.
Do you think it would make anyone uncomfortable?
I don't know, honestly. I never really thought about. Well, no, that's not true.
Neither have I.
Because I did have a notebook when we started this thing.
Really?
And but really I was just pretending to write stuff. I wasn't actually writing anything down.
I see.
So and I got bored with it, so I, lost it. Really just a bunch of, silly doodles and a lot of those S's, that are made up by the 6 lines and the little, points.
No, I don't. No.
Oh, okay.
Mm-mm.
And then I'll write it out for a second with a minor illusion, See, you go like this, and you go like this, and you do that, and you do that, and you do little points here, and a little point there, and
Pours a cup of tea as they're watching you. Okay.
it becomes an
Interesting.
S,
Oh, well, that's quite creative, actually. Oh.
Yeah, so yeah, there's a lot of that, and
Also, another question,
Mhm.
and she just takes her right hand and just flicks the side of your hair, and just like this. What? Why are you doing that?
why am I doing what? Okay. So, you know how my hair used to be really dark?
Yes,
Uh,
dark brown or black, I believe.
yeah, it was pretty black. So when I kind of became Rilo, and my hair lightened up and everything, I guess, it.
Oh, and by the way, this is walking towards
Yeah.
the same area that
This is just
Rune and Zakria are.
It grows really fast, apparently. So
Cool.
I have to cut it every other day, or it gets like this.
You need help?
Yeah. Cause I don't really I mean, I guess I could create eyes in the back of my head if I really wanted to. But yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you remember, but I'm sometimes when Mum was busy, I used to comb your hair.
Oh. Really? Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Why don't I remember that?
It's probably because I was a lot smaller then,
Yeah.
and you were known for not really paying all that much attention.
Yeah. I was a hellion. Literally.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that'd be great. When do you want to do that?
You hear a small like shink of a small dagger.
Oh. Okay.
Cool. How would you like it?
You know,
Like, and you kind of they kind of like take your hair, and you also and the rest of I don't know if you come out yet or not, but no, not yet because I didn't wake you, which is really funny. And kind of like, do you want here, here, here,
oh,
here?
yeah, about there, yeah. So
Okay.
it's like kind of. Oh,
Immediately, you just see like, and it's this very dangerous display as you see the flash. Both of you see the flash of metal, and like those weird like those dandelions, like, but it's just hair that just floats down.
Do
I
so
can
like
find that wig.
with me and Zakria, since we're like in the same area as it, like, do we just see like the dagger go swoosh?
Yep.
And I would like to engage.
Sure.
So like seeing the dagger, I just like drop the coffee and like try to pin I forget the baby's name. Oh gosh. I have it in my notes. As Azantes?
Azent.
Azent. I just like want
Yeah.
to kind of like put them up against the nearest wall.
So they're like they're essentially standing over a chair, and like they swing it, and then and like with like, oh, that was easy, and then you start charging them.
Yeah.
All right,
Rune.
go ahead and make an athletics check.
Blah, 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 blah.
Come on.
Athletics. Da. Dice.
Well, this
That's
was
going to
a bad
be.
idea.
Oh gosh, why don't I know the math? 16.
16. So not enough. 23. So they sort of, and then like you sort of rush into them almost like with like a shoulder check and like, or like a tackle, and they sort of put their like their daggers like right in the hand, like outstretched in the right hand, and then sort of like pop you almost like a linebacker like in like practice. Is this, are we sparring?
Whoa. Oh, Rune, it's okay. Just cutting my hair. Oh, you're muted.
Yeah, I can't hear you.
Sorry. She's just gonna like kind of look at Rilo, look like him. Them. Okay.
Wow.
And she kind of just like eases off. Sorry. All I saw was a dagger.
Aw. That's so sweet. Thank you, Rune.
Yeah. Oh, I do suppose that would likely look like an assassination attempt. So I understand. I'm not offended.
Kind of wasn't worried if you were. And she kind of just like walks back to her seat.
And she, but uses both she and they pronouns. So it's interchangeable.
Sorry.
Oh, so you and Zakria are alike in that way.
In the
And
what
she
way?
pops open the book and writes something down.
Oh.
Yeah. She's gonna like just look and just walk back to the table.
Huh.
Too early.
Under her breath, Zakria leans in and explains, Azent is trying to understand us better. That's what the notebook's for.
So they're getting to know us better by taking detailed notes about our actions and responses.
Yes.
Oh, okay. And just goes back to drinking her coffee.
Okay, that's good. I found my wig. That's good.
Satir, there's a knock on your door.
No answer.
The rest of you here, Sam go, hey, can somebody help me wake up Satir? He's not answering his door, and I'm starting to freak out.
Oh, no.
Are you sure Sator's in there?
No?
And-
Satir, are you in there?
Well, wait, didn't he sleep in Rilo's room? Maybe he's there.
Nope, I looked at Rilo's room.
Hang on.
Because
Can I
Rilo
get
just
a-
likes to leave his door open, so, whatever.
I'm gonna walk up to Sator's door and just bang. Oi, you in there?
No answer.
Okay.
Zakria's gonna look up at the house, the house, and just go, hey, Fate,
Yeah?
is Sator here in the house and wherever we are?
Well, I trying not to pry. I don't
I just
know
need to
if
know
I
if
should
he's
be
here.
allowed to see. Are you inside?
Yeah.
Satir?
Yeah, I'm still in the house. I'm still in my room.
I can confirm they exist in that space.
Oh, I wonder if he's on a boat.
Maybe. Zakria's just gonna sigh, get up with her coffee, go to the Sator's door, and just knock gently.
Have you locked the door, by the way, Satir?
No, door's not locked.
I just need a proof of life check. Just grunt something.
Yeah, no answer.
Sam's like kind of like prancing, like floating, like back and forth. All right, fine. And he goes to open it.
Yeah.
They see Satur sitting with his back to the door, completely
Naked.
no, but that's funny.
That's what my
On the
brain said
bed.
too.
I
Yeah,
know!
my brain said it too.
Naked.
Yeah.
But written along the walls is everyone's name,
Oh.
and then around him is his items, right? Mary and Sue and Bert, and then he's not moving, but in front of him you see the smallest little waterfall. And the second you guys open the door and break his concentration, the waterfall disappears. He turns and he goes, I've been trying to hold that all night.
Well, you did it because it's not night. Also, sorry, I panicked.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm trying to come to terms with it all. I really am.
Well, glad you're not dead. You hungry?
It's the cinnamon I smell.
Mm-hmm. And pecans. You stay there. I'll bring you some. And he flies out the room.
Zakria's gonna stay in the doorway. Just take a good long look at him and put away whatever happened yesterday to go. Is it helping?
I have been able to compartmentalize it. How's that?
Compartmentalizing his progress.
And again, as before, the room is completely bare. Though this time, the chair and the bed have color.
Okay.
I told you that I have the hardest time dealing with this stuff. But deal with it I can. At least I hope. With friends I will.
By yourself. But I don't know how we can help you. If you need help, if you want help.
When I need the help, I will reach out for it. With throwing me off the deep end.
I've been saying it's not the way to do it. But I don't know how else to approach this. Because on the one hand, we expressed that we can go smaller and we can just break camp outside. And
but it's not safe. I know
you
that.
don't feel safe. We'll figure it out. We'll do watches. We'll make something happen. It's not impossible. I fucking love camping outside.
The time I spent with Rilo yesterday helped. Which is why I'm able to stay here where I am. In the little bit of time I had before, the little bit of time I had with her before she left us has helped me find me center, so to speak.
Baby
I have
steps.
taken pieces from everyone to find my way through this. I will find my way. Just like right now, you are my North Star, so to speak, Captain.
Pretty unstable star. Zakria's gonna leave.
The minute you leave, you nearly clothesline with your shoulder a almost spinning out of control flying Sam. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Down in front! And kind of maneuvers out of the way and into Satir's room with the plate.
I thank you, Sam.
Yeah, totally. Did you get some? Did you sleep at all?
I maybe a little here and there, but it was worth it.
Yeah, because you know, like typically, like you see those circles under people's eyes, and it's like really bad.
I'm gonna grab Sam. Okay, let's leave him be.
But no, I was just gonna tell him that it looks really cool. And, like, that's all. I just okay.
If you need it from here.
You look really cool still. Even more cool still.
What is happening?
So
yeah, because Michael's not around for any of this.
Nope. still at the table. So
Okay. I don't know what's happening over there.
After
few
a
minutes
moment,
later-
Gus.
I was say a few minutes later, I'll walk out,
Okay.
dressed and ready to go.
Okay. Yeah, Gus joins as well. Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Oh, Gus, Sam,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah?
Oh, are we done?
Talking to Zant?
Uh-huh.
That's up to you.
How's it look?
Bit old school, I think.
Okay. Oh, that works. It's not in my mouth anymore, so that's great.
And you probably won't sweat as much.
Yeah. But I don't know. I really don't sweat that much. Do what? Do what? Do I sweat a lot? I don't know.
In the desert? Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it.
No worries.
Okay. So guys. As he gets up. All right. So yesterday I gave Gus the Staff of Power. And I have the Staff of the Magi. And so Sam, I wanted to give you my Staff of the Petitfling.
Oh, cool.
Because I think we all need staves. And then we can all then we could be
do wicked cool shit.
Yeah, we could be the small staff triple play.
And looks at because Zachariah, you're in this room now. Correct, right? It looks at Zachariah that we're definitely only going to use for the purposes of good and seriously.
What?
Good job. Good job.
Gives you a thumbs up.
Okay. But yeah, cause well, I can't carry around, all these stabs and stuff, and yesterday was a big wake up for me, and so yeah, so I thought, I mean, you guys can decide. I mean, one of those is much better than the other one, for sure, but the Staff of the Petitfling does allow you to cast Calm Emotions.
Cool.
Which with Satur around, it's very helpful.
Sounds like a very Gus situation.
It
Gus
totally
just shrugs.
does. Oh my god. Okay. So I'll go run and grab it from my room and bring it out and hand it over to Gus.
Thank you, Rilo, for the gift.
Yeah.
Whoop, that was Bradshaw. That's not Gus. Aha! And he reveals himself. No. Aha! I've been waiting for the Staff of the Petite.
He's been Gus the whole time.
I was definitely in New Orleans too long.
I have a
I
30
knew
for
it.
initiative.
Yeah, no, right. What's really sad is I warned people on the trip. I'm like, my accent will probably change, just based off of listening and ADHD magical superpowers. Anyway,
Oops, masking.
yeah, right. By accident. So Gus will kind of look at everyone. So what's the plan?
Well, we have really no way to investigate further whatever's going on with that camp we found outside. Not currently, at least.
Unless we find who was there, right?
Correct. The only way I can see doing that is perhaps using whatever we found at that camp to locate something, locate the person. I hear scrying or something like that is easier when you have some of their effects. So I don't have that ability, but if we get it, we can maybe get a lead. We're heading into the woods. Last evening, I sent a paper bird to Hippiel, let her know that we're on our way in. So she should be meeting us here momentarily. Here, outside, desert, whatever.
Fate?
Yeah,
Do you know scrying?
I do.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. So we can try to find these people, see if any of them are even alive.
Okay.
It's grasping at straws because we don't have any descriptions of them, but
Right. Oh, except one of them might be named Dynamic Kite.
oh yeah, that book you found.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Maybe.
Do we have that book?
We haven't gotten it yet.
No, it's in the woods.
It's on the way.
correct?
No, it's in the desert on the edge, on the way. But we didn't want to get that close, so we haven't gotten to it yet.
So would you like me to try now, or do you want to recover that book first?
I think it would be wise to recover the book and reserve what we have for our soon trek into the woods.
Yeah. That's good.
Especially because we may not need to if we traverse carefully.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so now I have a question.
Hmm.
Are we going after Mr. Dragon, Mr. Hydra, or our friend Sven first?
I think we should try to find Sven first. And then encounter whatever we encounter, in the way, I guess, is my thought. Yeah. But I don't know. What do you think? Rune?
Probably be best to find Sven first. Dragon and Hydra are pretty big things, and we want to make sure we're as prepared as possible.
Plus, were we gonna try to get the help of Tilda Wildefis? I couldn't hear you, Jess.
Yeah. The help of Tilda and potentially Flake.
Right. And Sven is supposed to be, or Sven was close to where Flake was. So finding out what's going on with the two of them is kind of like two birds, one stone.
Do we even know where Will the Fist is? To even go ask?
Yeah, I don't know. Did we know anything about that? Like, no. Huh. Can't imagine they live in the forest, though. Unless it's somehow protected by the, from the corruption of the dragon.
I know if anyone would know, maybe Sven would. He's been living there for a while.
Another candidate for scrying, perhaps?
Or they may have migrated, but unlikely. We can try to use a locate creature to find Flake, to then find Sven, since they were close by. If anybody has that. And if nobody does, I do.
Oh yeah, I don't. Hmm. Let's see.
Jacob, how much knowledge would I be able to give them on the Hydra with my roll from last week or from last time?
Are you looking for a particular piece of information specifically
For just on
based
my
off of what you saw?
from what I saw and from my general knowledge from the last roll, um, for what we would need to do to combat the Hydra. Or would you like me to roll on it for this?
I think this would be a separate, because that role is more about identification. This is more around the devil in the details. So I think this is a new situation.
Okay.
So yeah, go ahead and make a nature check for me.
A nature. Okay. That would be a 22.
22. You would know, based off of stories that you've heard, that hydras are particularly and meticulously dangerous creatures to encounter. You did see the multitudes of heads on them. You know that in many cases, when you chop one off, it has the ability to not only regenerate, but increase the number of heads that can become much more deadly. You also know that its ability to do that is hindered via fire, specifically cauterizing the wound, so that way two don't sprout back. But what is interesting, though, is this particular one, all the ones that you've heard were black in color. This was like a gold-ish color with like a hint of sort of green on it.
Okay. I would have relayed as much of that to the group as able.
Yeah, certainly.
So this might be one of them things that we'll have to be wary of if we're going to go after that Hydra.
Right. Wow, that sounds crazy. But I do have a lot of fire spells.
The thing that makes me worried, though, is the gold. What does that to do? What does that mean?
Well, it could be a fashion statement. Or it could mean that we're fucked.
Are hydras like dragons? Do they have different scale types? Is that a thing?
I don't know. It never came up in dragon school.
And I don't know. The only thing I remember is most of the time they're usually in the black category. So this one being goldish with green has me concerned.
You've encountered weird shit before. I wouldn't be surprised if it's another weird thing.
Another thing that you would know is that they definitely like the water too.
Oh boy.
It's just one of those, like Zakria said, it's one of those rare anomalies that just happens.
We just have to be on our toes.
If he's over by where Sven was, that means he's probably in the lake with lake around him with their aptitude for water.
I don't think Blake would be able to suffer something so near without eating it.
What if it ate Flake?
The size of Flake? I doubt it. You saw it clearer than I did. So
you would know, Satir, that the Hydra, as big as Flake was, Hydra's bigger.
It does make me worry.
Well, the only way to find a trap when you don't have a rogue is to spring it, so let's fucking go. Just, we're not gonna get anywhere waffling about it. We're gonna go find Sven and be careful to fight what we can on the way. We'll take frequent rests, and we need to be open and communicate with each other on when we need a break. And if we need it, we take it and find a safe place to camp and rest. That's the long and short of it. We have to take as much time as it takes, because if we arrive to Sven and Sven needs help and we're beat to shit, we're not going to do anything but kill ourselves in front of him, and that's not going to help any. So, eat up, rest up, prepare for whatever we're going to face. Be prepared to fight a Hydra today, at the very least.
Then just goes, yay!
Well, I think we'll probably plan out something beforehand. So here's that.
That planning phase, Zakrea is going to take some of the beads of fireball from her pocket, and she's going to tuck a few under her gums. She's going to tuck like 6 under there.
Oh my god, that's so fucking cool. Take a point
That
of
mouth
inspiration.
dude, though.
Holy shit.
What that mouth do, though.
Holy fuck, that's so cool. Oh my god. That's awesome. Does anyone have a particular have a particular issue with holy water by chance?
Issue with holy water? What? Why?
I don't know. I'm starting to understand people in uncomfortableness, so I was just curious.
Whoever did have an uncomfortability is no longer in our party.
Oh, all right. Well, in that case, and she takes out a small bottle and sprays it at Rilo, sprays it at Sam and Gus, and sprays it at Satir, and casts aid on all 3 of you. And as it hits, you feel this like warmness, and this white light begins to surround you, and you all get. Let me double check my number here. Your maximum hit points increase by. Actually, she's gonna cast it at 3rd level. So, your hit point maximum and current hit points increase by 10 for 8 hours.
Wow, that's dope. I can also cast that. That's awesome. Thank you. Except I don't throw holy water on people when I cast it. That's new to me. Yeah.
I see. How do you cast it, Rilo?
I focus it through the crystal on my neck,
Oh.
Or through the staff now,
I see.
Yeah. It's like it's a means of channeling the energy and whatnot,
Mhm.
needing to carry around like a bag of stuff. You know.
All right. Makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Cool. And you have about fairly early in the morning, around 9:30 or so, and you got a decent afternoon worth of travel getting into the woods proper as a heads up. So anything else happening before you head into the desert of Sirioki?
Well, I'm thinking.
Uh-oh, he's thinking, everyone. I like it.
Now, never mind. No.
Leaving me hanging. Sad face.
That would be.
All right.
Yeah. Maybe later. Okay. We'll come around. Okay.
Interesting. All right. So as you exit the mansion via the fireplace, as you did previously, the warm heat of Sirioki Desert welcoming you, embracing you. It is really, really, really hot today. Zakria, I want you to make a perception check.
18.
18. Where you stuck your halberd and cast Moonbeam, just kind of instinctually, you sort of see that area. And initially, it just looks like more hilly dunes, the wind kind of picking up the sand and maneuvering it. And right there, as like the sand moves, there's like a caked in like sand where you cast that spell. And what does your holy symbol look like?
It looks like it's a little pendant, a wreath around a shepherd's hook.
That is what you see emblazoned in the sand.
So Kriya's gonna go over to the sand and put a hand on it.
It is warm to the touch.
Is it as hot as the sand around it, or is it like cooler?
It's cooler.
She's gonna pick some of that sand up and bottle it, and then just keep a hand on the ground and say a thank you to her goddess.
All right.
And keep going.
All right. What's the marching order, fam?
I'm in the middle.
Zakriya's in the back.
The tour is leading the front.
All right. Rune. As a reminder, the last marching order was Satir, Salmon Gus, Rilo, and Fate, Rune, Azent, Zakria.
That sounds about right.
Jay,
You're muted.
Darn me.
Would you like to maneuver your positioning differently, Rune?
No, I think I'm gonna keep the same.
All right. Sounds good to me. So the hills continue to maneuver up and down for the majority of your travel, continuing into the to the west. As you get to about the hour and a half mark, that heat is really beginning to beckon today. I need everybody to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Constitution saving throw.
+4 from this mom. I think it's
And
+1
plus-
from Rune.
We get +8 altogether with all the paladins.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna need it.
24.
16.
Nope, it's more than 24. Sorry. 31.
Everybody's good on my side. Rune?
2.
2. Satir?
21.
21. Nice. Rilo?
16.
16. Cool. Everybody's good. You continue to bear it down. Any conversation or anything happening during this particular trek?
Solid distance away from the last person, like maybe 10-ish feet.
Huh?
Zakria's just going to be quietly talking to the beetle without speak with animals up.
Okay.
And making sure that the beetle stays hydrated.
That's amazing.
Aw.
Adorable. Very
I also
cool.
have like a shit ton of water, just as a reminder.
For sure. So as the noon sun gives way to the afternoon, you begin to see the remnants of the fog that is surrounding the woods, and you begin to sort of see what Satir had picked up on. Rilo,
On the way by with the book,
Yeah.
we would have I would have navigated towards where I was told the book was on the way.
that's exactly what I was going to say to Rilo, is you do see a familiar book, a little bit more hidden in the sand, but not enough in which for you to lose it.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
And yeah, it's a pretty big tome. Not like your classic like wizards like big ass like gotta hold it like two hands type of situation, but what did I call it? The Musings of Dynamic Kite, I believe,
Yes.
if my memory is correct.
Yeah.
So I wrote that down, but I forgot if I said it correctly last time. And yeah, there it is. In that is written in gold lettering on the side. And it still has like, you still see on the bottom edge of the pages like it's covered in blood recently.
Oh.
At least the book didn't go anywhere or get lost.
Yeah. I'll hold on to it.
Okay.
And as we're walking, I'm gonna flip it open and kind of just glance through it.
Okay. What languages do you know?
I know Celestial, Common, Halfling, and Infernal.
Looks like chicken scratch to you. All of it.
Oh. Huh. Well. I know how to...
Do any of you know Thieves' Cant? So just complete chicken scratch. Make an investigation check though.
Okay.
I'm curious about something.
I need investigation is okay. That's 19.
You flip through and it's all chicken scratch. And then on one page, you just barely see it. is the outline of what appears to be like a portion of like what could be like a squid or an octopus, like the leg of one.
Okay.
It showed like the holes,
Uh-huh.
like this. But what's odd is you see that on like a portion of a neck.
Oh. Huh.
Yeah, it's like the drawing itself is like right here, and that you see
Oh.
the like the suckers like going down like a portion of it right in the middle.
I know this is okay. Okay. Let's see. Can I make an Arcana check?
Sure.
Okay. That's a 22.
What's your assumption tell you?
That that possibly our future best friend here might be a warlock.
Sounds like a pretty good assumption.
Uh,
Your knowledge matches your assumption, at least.
Huh. Interesting. I'm not gonna say anything about it. I'm just gonna kind of close the book and put it in my backpack for now.
Okay.
Just like ponder on it.
Sure.
Because, you know, the ramifications could be very interesting. Anyway, well, this whatever language this guy writes in is not one that I know. So, but I'm gonna have to talk to Dave. Maybe he can help.
All right. After another little while, as you begin to beckon closer and closer, the sun sort of flipping into the back end of the sky as it begins to hit the 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock hour. I'd love for all of you to make a perception check for me.
Okay.
8.
21?
8. 21.
14.
14.
Dirty 20.
I got a better perception roll than Satur. Whoa.
Well, wonders never cease. So, Satir and Rilo, and actually, I want to check one thing. Yeah, just you two. It's the scent that hits you first. It's the scent of rot and decay.
Oh.
That just kind of like hits you on the wind. Blam. As you get closer and closer to the woods, it begins to be swirled into, and the rest of you begin to smell the scent that is swampiness, and that is sort of begins to have that cocktail of decay with it. Something smells off, and
that's the perception roll that I win.
Yep. Yep.
Go fucking figure.
As well. Go figure, right? And previously when you ventured here before, the outer pieces of the woods were covered in these large branches, kind of like low palm trees. But you still like almost like sticking out like hands reaching out into the sky. It's just gnarled bush and tree with like a decaying wood scent on the air as you continue forth. And then on the far left side, it's when you begin to see perhaps what is the source of the rot, at least initially. You see the outline through the fog of what looks to be dark fur.
Oh.
And you begin to hear the sounds of the buzzing of flies.
Oh.
And you realize immediately that that fur probably belongs to the jaguars that you encountered here last time.
Yeah. The displacer jaguars?
Yep.
Huh.
Act as the fur.
What is this again?
How intact is the fur?
You're gonna have to get closer to find out. It's covered in fog.
How far away from it?
A couple 100 feet at this point.
Is it roughly in the direction we're heading in, or is it? Oh,
Yes.
Is it off the trail?
Directly.
All right.
Oh, good.
I bet Zakaria's gonna vibe check the party. Just speak up and are we holding up okay? Do we need a break? We want to take a second before we go in.
I'm
Before we
good.
get too deep.
I'm good.
I think we're ready to go. Just conserve as much as you can, but don't hold back if you need to.
Keep your wits about you. Be careful here.
You hear the sounds of kind of sliding metal as Azent takes out their sword.
Good question though. Are we talking first and striking second, or striking first?
If a conversation can be had, I would prefer a conversation. Wouldn't be very peacekeeper of us to just go in guns blazing.
Agreed.
I wanted to know where we stand.
If somebody is actively in danger, we engage. But we should probably try to understand the situation first. We don't need another goblin soccer situation on our hands. That's not a jab, Rilo.
What? Huh?
It's fine. We're okay.
Oh, okay. Sorry. My brain is processing a lot of stuff.
Care to share?
I since our last real battle, especially the one against the dragon, I have a different armament, and I'm kind of trying to coalesce all that in my brain. Strategize and stuff.
Okay.
That's
Well,
it.
What does that mean?
Well, trying to like figure out like what's going to be the most optimal move in any given situation when it comes to fighting. A big thing like a dragon or even that hydra and stuff. It's things I don't know. I spend a lot of time thinking about it sometimes.
Hey, Rilo,
Huh.
a hint for you. Don't overthink it.
Oh, yeah, I don't. But I like to pretend in my mind like that I'm there and I like try stuff out and see what happens and stuff. My mind can be a little difficult sometimes, so but I don't really overthink anything. I don't even know how.
One other thing with the perception checks, Rilo and Satir, you pick up just barely the trail of blood that's going into the woods still.
Oh.
A bit kind of initially sort of towards the right into the woods and kind of cuts to the left just at like the last second.
Huh.
From between where you see the still form of the displacer beasts
Yeah.
and that trail of blood is about a good 150 feet from each other.
Huh. Interesting.
Jay,
My
you're muted.
divines. Why does I keep doing this? I don't think my mic likes me anymore. Can you hear me?
Hey,
That's
Yeah, we can hear you.
like
I don't know why it does. It goes off and
burn
on.
it to the ground.
I
Probably.
threw it
Could
on the
just be that
ground.
Zoom isn't picking you up if you're talking too low initially, because it's been happening to me too. And I don't have a mute button anywhere on me.
Also, these are old ass headphones, so it might need time to replace. But I digress. Can I use divine sense? Can I just aid in trying to figure out what, or just to, can I just give us an extra just in case some shit pop off?
Sure. Let me just verify real quick.
Oh.
Celestial Fiend and Undead, right?
That's not behind total cover.
Right. Don't pick anything up.
And I will cast Detect Magic.
Hey, does anyone else see that blood over there?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't. I do now.
This only
How
goes
fresh is it?
Oh, 30 feet. Oh, okay.
I'll walk over and look at the blood and see how fresh it is.
With your previous rolls, couldn't be more than a day and a half.
Maybe a day and a half ish. Maybe we need to
Then maybe we can find them and give him his book back.
yeah. Do we follow the blood trail, or do we go to where we know Sven's hovel was? Or is it going in that direction?
From hard to tell until you get inside because of the fog.
Maybe we should check out Sven's hovel first, and then if something
I agree.
leads us to this, then we'll double back.
Yeah, that's fair.
It'd be smarter to find the safe house, just in case.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
My thought is maybe could we send Pepper down the trail a little farther, fought with the blood, and see if where that is while we continue to Sven's.
We could. Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe not too far, but just to see.
If it leads anywhere.
Azent will look at you, Rilo. Do you want to do the thing that you do, and I can just hold you? Or, so that way you don't walk into things?
Yeah, I mean, that would be cool. Yeah, thank you. I could climb on your back.
All right.
Okay.
Gives you a hand.
Oh, I got wings.
Oh,
I fly right up to it.
We could attach a little string to Rilo and then have him fly as a little balloon.
He's a Rhino kite.
That's great.
I like it. Okay. And yeah, I'll go ahead and send Pepper down the trail to follow the trail of blood.
Okay. Go ahead and I'll let you. Which roll is it that gives you advantage, or is it like a +1 something?
What do you mean?
Oh no, you're looking through your vision, right?
Well, I'm looking through Pepper's eyes, and
Yeah.
so essentially, it would be either or. I think like
Okay.
I feel so. It's up to you. But if it's a perception, I'd prefer to use my own. Like
Yep. Got it. Let's make it interesting. We're gonna do two things.
Okay. I like
One's
it.
gonna be perception. We're gonna do both perception and survival.
Okay, that sounds good. Can I do the perception and have Pepper do the survival?
Sure.
Okay. Cool. Because I am bullshit at survival. This is why I'm in the middle, always. So my perception is a dirty 20. And
Okay.
Pepper's survival. Okay, that's not bad. I think she gets a +3. So let me just double check. There we go. Nope. No, just +1. So that is still a 16.
16. Okay.
Cool. But she does have. Oh no, never mind. You're just forget what I'm saying. Yeah. Okay.
Fair enough. I have forgotten what you said. So, as Pepper flies off into the fog, disappearing from view, able to continue to keep up with the blood trail. And when you ventured in first, you didn't venture too far in last time.
No.
Just maybe just like right on the edge.
No.
As you break through this time, however, all of what I mentioned before is confirmed, except for what you're immediately greeted in is that now overwhelming scent of decay and rot. And you see on the left side, as you're flying, you just kind of glance with your peripherals and you see a collection of these jaguar-like displacer beasts. 4 of them, unmoving in like a pile, covered in large slashes.
Oh my gosh.
And much older pile of blood.
Whoa.
On the right side, you see these familiar colonies of mushrooms that are just flayed completely asunder.
Aww.
Collection of what looks to be, could be several hundred. Unknown whether there are mushrooms or myconids in this current display. Through the middle, that trail of blood gets smaller and disappears as it cuts to the left towards where, from your memory, you believe towards where Sven is located.
Oh. Okay.
But then, thankfully, because your perception was a dirty 20, was it? Is that what it was? Something like that? Yeah. You just make this. You see a much larger puddle of blood. and because you're not standing, obviously you're flying, you can actually see the consistency of what was previously just like when you were here last time, just dirt and undergrowth, is like this almost undulating mass of swamp.
Oh.
And then on a pile, like almost floating, is this pile of blood. And then you see more fur this time, but much smaller. Dark fur, black perhaps in consistency, with hints of brown and red sort of throughout it. As you see the figure of a tabaxi with sort of prone on the ground, unmoving, sort of hands outstretched forward. And what's odd about them is you see that they're covered in rings, golden rings, almost all of them. And in their left hand, facing the ground, is 4 like what it looks to be like playing cards outstretched.
Yeah.
And let me double check one thing, because I want to make sure I give you all the information here. They're wearing like a sleeveless like robe, almost like kind of like a monk would, but it is a familiar dark red. And they have kind of like 2 studs, like earrings in their ears, and a kind of small hood as well. And they don't seem to be moving, but you do see that glowing kind of blue coming from their neck. And a large slashing scar on their back.
Okay. Pepper's going to fly down and try to assess if he's still alive.
Make a medicine check.
Okay. Okay. Oh, 17, so that's 18.
18. It's not looking good. They're bleeding out, for sure.
So, a couple of sessions ago, you let me cast a spell through Pepper.
I did.
Would I be able to, like, do some kind of healing through Pepper?
Sure.
Because I would then... I would do a cure wounds at a 1st level.
Okay.
And actually, no. What I'm gonna do 3rd because I can use a pack slot.
Okay.
And potentially recover that. And that's not a great roll. But that's still 16.
Yeah.
And what is the? Let's see. Because I really loved the I saw this in my rewatch of episode 61, was when Pepper was casting the spell and stuff and making all the movements and stuff, and I was like, that's awesome. I was like, Pepper's the star of this one, man. Dang. But I kind of like picture a similar situation, you know.
Certainly. Except something happens.
Oh, okay.
As Pepper is doing all of the somatic components in which to cast cure wounds, and as they like reach out to, it's still a touch spell, is they reach out to sort of touch the body, like right near where the the large gaping wound is,
Uh,
there's a flash of blue light from the neck, and the tentacle unfurls from the neck and grabs a hold of Pepper. And that's where we're going to take a break.
Oh, it's a trap.
So we'll be back in just a few minutes with the result of whatever that situation was.
Why am I a helpful
And-
person?
And whatever happened, nothing happened yet. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it. It's cool.
It's good.
It's good. Yeah, sure. You're just
I
being
hate
helpful.
when you do that.
All right. We'll
I
be
knew
back,
that
Back in a
folks.
few.
bad.
Be back in like 10.
Beep, beep, beep.
Hydrate, stretch.
Yeah. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. So, before we all left to go get hydration and things like all of that, we finally ventured, partially, I should say, I guess, into the woods of Chihak via the Suryoki Desert. Bit of convo was had, a little bit of funsies, and some coming together, and also a haircut. And Rilo and Satir especially discovered the rotting carcass that is this forest, at least from a small perspective, at least.
Mm-hmm.
And also discovered that perhaps there was some sources, like some blood, some displacer beasts, amongst a few other things. And Rilo, via Pepper, made their way for the second time, all while, of course, picking up a book entitled The Musings of Dynamic Kite that was seemingly written in a language called Thieves' Cant that nobody here reads currently, at least as far as we know. And Rilo confirming the unfortunate news of these jaguar displacer beasts, seemingly it looks like are not moving, as well as some of the mushrooms or maybe myconid colonies maybe not doing so hot because they look to be in pieces. And the blood trail stops initially and then very loudly starts. And then finding a still form of a dark black fur, a little bit of brown, a little bit of red, still form of this tabaxi that has this weird glowing thing on the side of their neck that seems to have like the suction cups or whatever of an octopus or some sort. And through Pepper, reaching out via Cure Wounds, attempted to resuscitate this dying person. And as Pepper does that, this tentacle unlatches from the neck, grabbing a hold of a claw, and like initially beginning to squeeze, and then feeling the healing energies loosens and unfurls and returns back. And as the wound begins to close, so does the light from the neck, as well as the suction cups disappear entirely.
Huh.
The
Oh.
breath returning to this figure.
Are you Dynamic Kite?
There's a flash to the left, and where those cards were on the ground, there's a purple flash, and they're gone. You see their intelligent, light brown eyes open. And I'm going to show you some art. Because that's the press. Because I have art in this.
All right.
Because Dynamic Kite is the second NPC I ever created. Ever. And I have some art of them that I thought would be super fun to show you.
Where's it going? Where's it coming from?
I sent it in the Zoom chat.
Oh, okay.
Oh, good lord.
And
oh, wow.
Oh, he's that's a handsome cat.
Yeah.
Yo. Okay.
I'm getting like American Gods vibe.
Let's see.
Like,
and without moving, you hear a voice inside your mind, Rilo. Do I have you to thank for my sudden success in breathing?
Yeah. I'm a little bit a ways, channeling through my familiar.
Oh, so you're not as they kind of roll over, and you can kind of see the sort of the down the front is like almost like a tank top in like a mustard yellow, and these long necklaces, and they sort of kind of having a hand out like in defense as they kind of get to like a knee, and they're that light brown sort of flashes like a magical purple for a second.
And Pepper just waves at him. And I say, yeah, and you can hear my voice coming through Pepper's body. Just like, yeah, I'm channeling through Pepper, but my name is Rilo.
Hello, Rilo.
I think I
How
found your
is it
book.
that you've come to know? Ah, I see.
But
And
don't worry,
he
I
goes to
couldn't read
like
it.
reach back. It seems I have dropped something along the way.
Yeah, and well, I mean, it's to be expected. It was kind of bloodied.
Yes, it seems this time the game has played me.
Well,
By the way, and what are your surface thoughts, Rilo?
surface thoughts are, um, uh, oh, he's definitely a warlock. Okay, that was really cool with the tentacle, and um, uh, like, um, I lost track of how far away this is. Things like that, like
Gotcha.
just yeah, random things. Yeah.
Well, it does seem that I owe you my thanks and my life.
Oh, well,
Paris goes to stand up. Well, considering I've been betrayed, we need to change this up a bit. And he takes his hands like right his shoulders and maneuvers them down, and you see the red shift to purple and then to black as the fabric shifts down his form.
oh, cool.
And he actually like finds these kind of small spectacles and puts them on his face, and then there's another flash of purple light, and you see a deck of cards, and begins to kind of like shuffle them and like look around. It appears I am not quite done with my mission then. Pity that.
What's your mission?
Oh, we just met, my dear. Maybe over a few drinks we could talk a little more about that.
Oh, well.
Where are you? What brings you to the woods of Chihak?
Well, we're here to find a friend and find another friend and to kill a dragon.
Well, that sounds awful.
Well, look what he's done to the place.
I kind of like it.
It used to be a really nice forest.
What are the rest of you doing while this conversation is going on?
How much of the conversation is verbal?
You can physically hear Rilo's side, if I recall correctly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So Rilo's definitely talking to somebody, as one does.
Worried.
Rilo, who are you talking to?
I can't hear you. So, and I'm totally like, in the headspace of just like being present where I'm like at in Pepper
Mhm.
that I kind of forgot.
I know that.
Yeah.
Satur doesn't.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, like so Sator can't yeah, he can. But Rilo can't hear you guys and yeah. Just talking.
Rilo, Rilo. Should we?
Wake him
Do
up.
we?
And
Yeah,
Azensu says, "Do you want me to try and pop him back? I think we have to get a little violent."
Do we need to worry about who he's talking to? Seems like he's talking to us. That's a lot of stuff.
How? Because Pepper went in the opposite direction of us.
Well, forward anyway.
Or I'm going to. Rune's gonna head in that direction.
Okay.
Because if Rilo's
So
talking
do
to
I-
somebody, then clearly.
All right.
So yeah, she's gonna just staff out. I'm gonna. It seems like Rilo is talking to someone who's at least sensible. It seems. I'm gonna maybe try to see if I can get a peek ahead, or maybe just see if I can get like an idea of who they're talking to.
Okay.
I won't.
So Rune heads
Do you
heads
want
towards the
company?
forest.
Bottle as much as I can get.
Sator, do you mind charge to keep going, or do you want to stay put?
I would. Should we keep together and
Yeah, let's keep it together again. Let's go find what Rilo
And
found.
yep. And
all right?
sounds
Then
like
let's
cool
go.
new friends and flies off. And Gus follows right behind. Faye just shrugs and keeps going. Everybody is
Stealthily.
as well.
Um
What?
So, I just followed your trail of blood here. We could follow it back to my friends.
Oh. And he kind of like stands up, his full like 6'6" form,
Oh,
and is kind of have a bit of a sigh. Stabbing people in the back is so boring. Stabbing them in the front by outplaying them is far more interesting.
I usually burn people with fire.
Oh. That sounds fun. Do you enjoy it?
Kinda. It depends. You know, I did take down a dragon.
Do you like drinking, little Rilo?
Sometimes, but you know, not that much. Somebody's got to keep their wits about them. The biggins love their drinking.
You like magic, Rilo?
I love magic. I am magic.
Fans out the cards. Pick one.
Ooh. You know what? Actually, pretty adept at cards.
Really?
I'm proficient in playing cards. Yeah. That's never come up ever. So that's interesting. Okay. What do I see?
You pull the King of Clubs.
Oh, okay.
Which is really funny because he's doing a trick to a flying pseudo dragon.
Mhm.
Okay, memorize that.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Okay. Now, puts it in the middle of the deck,
Be a good name
shuffles
for a
it
bar.
again. What'd you say?
That'd be a good name for a bar.
Shuffles it again,
Might have been the bar that I used to work at.
and then sort of fans it down once, twice. And on the third time, he says, "Tell me when to stop."
Stop.
And he kind of grips it at you can kind of tell there's maybe 13 cards in their hand. Is this your card? It shows you the king of clubs.
No. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Yeah, that's totally it.
And as soon as he clasps his hand, the deck disappears.
Oh.
Well, I suppose, considering I journeyed with a few folk that tried to kill me, I am likely to be more comfortable with someone that tried to save me, yes?
I would hope so.
Hmm.
I have a lot of friends, and they're all really cool people.
Right?
And yeah. Oh, there was a tentacle on your neck that was glowing.
Oh, you've met her then.
Oh, yeah. It's okay. We can keep it between us for now.
Oh, why don't you show me where your friends are then?
Yeah. So, and as we're walking back, um, so, uh, I have a patron named Dave. Dave is an angel. And Dave gave me Pepper.
This being that I'm looking at, is this Pepper?
Yeah. Yeah.
Very nice. Thank you, Pepper, for your assistance. And after a few minutes, kind of staggering a little bit, and you kind of, if you're looking at Dynamic Kite, like there's like they're kind of looking down at their feet, and like you kind of see like the squelching that's happening into the swamp. This will. I really wish that I didn't utilize that earlier. Didn't have this problem a bit ago.
What's that?
Being carried and all.
Oh, right. And at that point, I'm gonna pop back into my body, you know. And as I open my eyes, I say, "Oh, whoa, where are you guys going? Oh, wow, you're about to meet us."
Meet you, us.
Oh,
Where? Who are you talking?
I found
Where you
Dynamic
at?
Kite. I found the holder of the book, or the owner of the book. Yeah, he's
Alive?
nice. Well, he was hurt, and I healed him, and now he's walking, and like with Pepper, and actually following the trail back.
By the way, he just barely passed his third death saving throw. It was not looking good.
Oh wow!
It was real bad. If you didn't have the ability to do what you did, it was not going to work. It was not going to.
Oh wow. So yeah. He's really nice. He does card tricks.
Are you okay?
Oh yeah, I'm fine. But yeah, like apparently he was traveling with some people that stabbed him in the back, literally.
Hey, good to know.
So anyway,
Does he who these people? Not trying to get in this business because we don't know him, but do he know?
we haven't gotten that far yet.
Yep, nope, cool.
But I saved his life because, of course, I did. And well, you're about to meet him.
And Derek Kite's visage sort of appears almost as a speck of dark through the fog, as he sort of begins to walk towards and kind of looks around and then sort of clocks the party and seems to whisper something to himself. You're about a couple 100 feet out from him, and you kind of see that he actually stops moving.
I'm gonna get I'm gonna jump off of Zen's back.
Mhm.
Uh, well, fly off essentially, just like kind of go aloft, and I'm gonna fly over to him.
Mhm.
Would
Who else can you
you?
go with them?
Hi, Mr. Kite. Um, I'm Rilo.
Apparently, I know.
You okay?
Pleasure to make your acquaintance officially, rather.
Oh, yeah.
I thought I recognized you.
What?
That name, at least. And some of the rest of your compatriots.
Oh, I keep forgetting we're
You're
famous.
quite popular, after all.
Okay. Well, where did you hear about us?
Oh, me and my former compatriots were just up north in Jayville, as it were,
Oh, okay.
a few weeks back.
Oh. Well, yeah, I've been there for a couple weeks, you know.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've been up there.
You would be Satir Thunderfinder, right?
Oh, yeah, wow.
I
And you,
am.
Zakria Rashi,
I keep forgetting we're famous.
and the rest of you, I'm
Or infamous?
a bit newer, I guess. You've done some recruiting, it seems.
Oh, yeah. We collect really cool people.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
So
Check them.
insight check.
Yeah,
Zakria, what did you say?
I want an insight check. I want to insight check Kite.
Sure.
While that's happening, so Mr. Kite, if I'm pronouncing that right, Rilo says that you were stabbed in the back. Literally.
Yes, I was. Quite boring. Very disappointing.
Who would do such a
But
thing?
I suppose not to be too unexpected. You play risky games, you get potentially risky consequences. And I apparently did not play my cards close enough to the chest.
If you don't mind me,
But here I am.
well, I would say I wasn't trying to pry, but that's not even close to being true. Uh,
Of
Who-
course not. And he has a big, white, toothy, incisor assisted grin on his face.
who were
Kind of
these?
like in the picture, actually.
Oh, that's great. I was trying to
Like a
do that.
god. Uh, who were these? So-called associates of yours?
I think you know them. At least some of them. Your favorite organization that loves you all so much.
Oh, the CNBC?
Yes.
I'm not surprised you were stabbed in the back.
Wait, is that group you guys when we went back in time and that
Yeah.
building?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What's their deal? I didn't really
bunch
get
I'll
of
it.
explain
dicks.
it later.
Back in time.
Well, I
Hey.
think we were forward in time or something like that. And
We'll explain it later.
oh, sorry.
By the way, Zakria, what was your insight check?
18.
18. On the surface, there is amusement. But he is being very, very careful with his words. He knows that he's outnumbered. And he just essentially revealed that he's associated with an enemy of yours. He seems very calm and collected for someone that was just dying a few seconds ago. And you get the sense that he's reading you just as hard as you're reading him, and you both know it. He seems to be having fun, though. And maybe that's off-putting, perhaps.
No, this reminds Zakria of someone. She's...
There. The art is on the screen.
Yay!
Nice.
Right above me.
She's basically trying to stop the rest of us from saying any more about what we've been doing, because we all seem to be a little loose-lipped today.
I'm always loose-lipped.
Yes, I know. And when there's finally a moment of silence, she asks, "Do you mind if I ask what your relationship with the CNBC is now? Or was before you got stabbed?"
Well, sure, why not? Before today, incredibly successful member, assassin, very well paid, heading all the way up the ranks. Now, I suppose I'm fired.
Why did they turn on you?
That, I'm not sure.
Insight.
I have a hard time believing that.
I'm gonna incite that.
Everyone knows why they get turned on, even if they don't want to believe it themselves.
Shit. Okay. I It's only Rilo's second insight roll ever. Natural 19 on the die, that's 23.
Did not roll so good. 15.
Here?
I'm just calling him out.
Oh, interesting.
I just flat called him out.
Fair enough. I love that. That's a good choice. I love that so much. Did you roll as well?
I'm letting Sator take this one.
All right. Both of you that did, however, find him incredibly hard to read.
With a
And this-
23?
Mhm.
Damn. Okay.
I rolled a 26.
Woo!
Huh.
It's less of that, and sure, I could spend the next several nights now that I have them again. Keep in mind, I was pretty confident of my death just a moment ago, so I haven't really gone through the grieving process, if as it were.
I would like to subtle cast detect thoughts.
Oh, that's a good idea. Sure. This is good.
Lisa, that
Okay.
Especially with me calling him out. Yeah. Good
Mhm.
good move. Good move.
Very good move. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw right now.
Oh yeah. Okay. Of course.
Plus 8 because of the paladin's proximity.
Uh-huh.
Ooh.
Okay. Then that is 25.
25. Cool.
Paladins, y'all.
As you attempt to enter his mind, there's a flash of blinding blue light in that just like interrupts your vision. And a sense of coldness overwhelms your senses for just a moment. And then there's like a shattering of glass. It seems like you break through a barrier. And what you hear initially, surface thoughts, kind of match up with the earlier insight around, they are rather interesting. Way more interesting than initially advertised, actually. Probably a bad move saving me, though. At least initially. But perhaps not. I'm not after them, and they're just learning that I even exist. How does that make you feel, Rilo? Is what you hear. And he looks directly at you.
Am I able to reply in my mind or through my mind, or do I have to verbalize?
Oddly enough, as you think that, you hear him say in just your mind, "Here, let me help." And all of you feel this like pulse inside of your minds, every single one of you, as he wordlessly and without any components casts telepathic bond on everyone.
We have rings of mind shielding.
Yep.
He doesn't know that.
Okay.
And he says outwardly, just in case that would make you more comfortable, since you're peering inside anyway.
Okay. Well, I mean, can't be too careful when it comes to CNBC.
No, of course not.
And personally, I tend to give everyone the benefit of doubt. You know, I'm quick to befriend and whatnot.
That I do know about you.
So yeah, gotta be careful when you're this friendly.
But to follow up on your question, Mr. Thunderfinder, I believe that my escalation up the ranks was getting a bit too much attention. I am very, very good. And so, what a great way to get me out of the game, but then send me on a remote mission. Now, I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch or anything, but maybe it wasn't even a real mission at all. I don't know. But first, we were accosted by some fairly powerful people, in which I was initially injured. And then my compatriots decided to sort of, I guess, take advantage, which I can't blame them. If I'm a threat to them, then certainly get rid of me. If anything, I suppose I feel quite amused. A compliment. I will have to kill them, though. Shame. I really liked them.
Good business.
Were you camping in the desert and by chance?
Yes.
the fourth set of
Hmm.
footprints?
We found your
Why
campsite.
did you?
We did find your
did you?
campsite. Uh-huh. We did.
He starts clapping. You are all just as good as advertised.
Though the tent um, was formerly magical, not anymore.
Yes. My apologies if that was disappointing.
Oh, I was curious. You know, 'cause I didn't see anything like
Purpose
it.
of your trek here.
Now, what was this mission from the CNBC?
Don't know if we're quite there yet.
Fair.
Is it about us?
No.
Okay, then that's fine.
Is it?
At
It
least
may
for
not be
now.
about us, but it may become our business.
No, that's entirely true, but it's whether or not I can accept him keeping it to himself for the time being. If it's not
What
about
do you know
us,
of the woods of Chihawk then?
Enough.
well, stuff, but not a lot.
Enough.
Interesting. An answer that's not really an answer at all.
Yeah, you've been providing a lot of those lately.
Mm.
I mean, preferably, I just like to answer questions, but you know, that's not always the smart thing to do.
No, I suppose not.
And I get that.
So, what do we do now?
Well,
It depends on you.
Certainly. Does it?
Yes.
because we're about to head deep into the.
Oh, you did mention dragon. Yeah, that
Yeah.
sounds awful.
So, I don't know if that's if this is like the kind of group you want to be hanging out with.
Especially considering your former allies.
Certainly.
But, you know,
I will tell you this, though. Call it a token of my appreciation. It reaches into a small pocket, and there's a small like piece of parchment that's rolled up and has like a small red bow on it. This might be of interesting news.
Okay. What is it?
You open it,
Yeah.
unfurl it, parchment rolls out. At the top it says CNBC disbandment. It continues to it's a letter addressed to third in rank dynamic kite, as it is written. And it goes on to state things have not exactly been ordinary in our time here in Duvalia and in Jayville proper. But the man in purple has made a decision. And thanks to the current goings on and these absolutely insufferable dragonborns, it makes sense for us as a large organization to disband and work as guerrilla establishments for now. If you are receiving this missive, you are currently in charge of yours. Further instructions will come when it's safe to do so.
Huh.
And and then it says a sentence in something you don't understand.
Okay. I'm gonna pass it to Zakria.
So, now look, I've delivered you good news.
It's not necessarily.
Well, that's
Boss.
We'll decide what's good.
it's interesting though.
Um, what's in the parchment?
The CNBC is disbanding.
You are victorious. It seems, and kind of points to Yuzakria. Friend of yours decided to come a calling via big ass greatsword.
Who's the man?
Hell of a fellow.
Who's the man in purple?
Sure is. CNBC is sort of kind of disbanding. It's more like
Officially disbanding.
disorganization and efforts to go into hiding to perhaps maybe do something in the future. It's a little vague.
And perhaps I could keep you abreast of that situation if anything changes. And you can do with that information what you would like.
Ooh,
And
what's
then
in it for you?
perhaps, well, as you can probably tell, I'm in the market for new allies.
Right.
Huh.
And we did just save your life.
Yes, indeed you did.
Forgive me for my lack of trust, but that seems a little fast.
I'm just setting the table, dear, and asking which cards you would like to play.
We prefer allies. In fact, that's exactly what we stated when we first encountered the CNBC.
Right.
We wanted to talk. And they threw an axe at us.
Yeah.
I have heard the story.
God, they're such dicks.
We still want to talk.
Hmm.
We're not war keepers, we're peacekeepers. Fighting is entirely inconducive to peace. So if you want allies, I think you'll have to do a little more to earn our trust before we can consider that. But at least this is a good start.
Well,
And I understand trust goes both ways.
certainly. Well, if we could find a way, because it seems my initial gift did not strike purchase in your minds. That's something that I can create for you. Or something else, though you won't need any help with it. He's looking at you, Rilo. Let's try this and see how this works. And you see the light brown eyes flash to a silver color. And then you all feel your eyes sort of like almost like like that, you know, that like for those of you with glasses, that like puff test that like really sucks, apparently.
Yeah.
Fucking does.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
It doesn't have the pain of that, but it has that little pressure of that. And he gives you all devil sight for 24 hours.
Whoa. Oh my god.
And just as a reminder, it allows you to see normally in darkness, both magical and non-magical, for up to 120 feet.
Oh my god.
And just so you know where I'm coming from, I mentioned earlier that I'm a bit of an assassin, so perhaps if, to your point, Zakria, trust is earned and exists between us, perhaps you pass me a target and I take them off the board for you. They kind of express a grin. I do know that It's not exactly peace, but desperate times, desperate measures. Just something to think about. Can't hear you.
Oh, damn it. That's not something we're in the market for utilizing at the moment, but I will keep it in mind. Now I'm going to ask again, what can we do for you? Since trust goes both ways.
Well, I guess it depends on what your plans are for our lovely woods behind me here, because I would certainly like to kill my old friends. That's really the first thing that's on my mind, though I do imagine that may come. It's more revenge and less peace, and you're not the revenge keepers, certainly.
You want your old friends dead?
Oh, most definitely.
Can we compromise?
Perhaps.
I ask as someone who used to vie for vengeance as hard as she breathed. The best form of revenge can often just be your own success.
Ah. Yes,
If
of
barring the
course.
betrayal, they're good people, it would. Do you know what you get what I'm saying?
Yes, I do. But their decision was all within the game we're already playing. I'm just playing my cards too.
Fair. Zakria is going to, since we have a lot of them, dig into her bag and pull out like 10 paper birds and hand them to Kite. We'll do what we can. This is usually our method of contacting people. I don't advise you continue traversing the forest yourself, but unless you plan on staying with us and fighting this dragon with us, then I suggest you get the hell out of here and get someplace safe.
Since we're building a bridge, I think perhaps in considering my current wear and tear, I think it's probably wise for me not to join you in the dragon festivities. However,
Oh, we're in terror. Right.
assuming
And I reach out my hand and I cast Cure Wounds again.
Mm.
I'll use my other pack slot for that.
Okay.
17.
you are just the sweetest. Thank you for that. Well, that'll at least bring my survival ratio up a good percentage point or 3. But most importantly, you wouldn't happen to have any resources I could utilize in which to maybe get me to, let's say, Okeechobee, perhaps. At least for now.
What do you need? Food?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Zakria's gonna unload like what's left of her rations since we've got a whole bunch of new stuff in the mansion. So like I think it's like 5 days worth of rations.
And just think, I was always anticipating one of your pictures coming across my desk.
And
Can't
since
really
we
do
can,
that now.
Since we can create water, she's also going to toss the water skin in there.
Yeah.
I didn't catch that, Rune. One more
And
time.
I was just gonna say, so I was just gonna like if Zakria hadn't given the water, so I was just gonna give him like some of the water since we have
Okay.
like 16. I was gonna give him like 5.
Well, based off of this, you've saved my life probably, 3 times now. Currently, a bit preemptive, but well, if you do see my dear friends, please give them a warm, delicious welcome for me, and let them know that I am absolutely fucking coming for them.
Describe them to us.
Oh, sure. And he'll like wave a hand, and using kind of a minor illusion, there's like you kind of see like a picture of the actually it's more of a minor image actually. A picture of a night at camp in the desert. And you see a kind of a much shorter than him, certainly, uh, human male with long brown hair, and a red sort of bandana and red studded leather armor, and like a kind of a slashing scar like across the cheek. You see a full-sized half orc, not unsure of their particular presenting, because they are covered in long red robes with a long staff to the side, kind of a golden complexion, with 2 long hoofs, kind of like, or the other word, not hoofs, husks, yes. One of them looks pretty familiar to you, and another much smaller half elf with 2 large scimitars on their back, kind of like eating an apple with a smile, looking at the campfire. And you also see Dynamic Kite, who is in the midst of telling either a tale or doing a trick, and there is like these long this long foray of cards that are like swimming around in the air, as well as one more figure kind of looking at them with a smile is another tabaxi that looks pretty much a twin of Dynamic Kite, seated on the ground.
You said some of them look familiar, particularly the half orc.
Not the half orc, but you found a rather large toothy appendage before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I try to roll something to see if I remember where?
You found it at the camp.
Oh,
Didn't Rilo pick that up and put it in his pack?
Uh-huh.
Somebody did.
Oh. Okay.
be hurt or dead then.
So I remember I picked up a bunch of bedrolls and a cutlass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, actually, I accidentally said scimitar. One of the cutlasses looks familiar.
With that picture, I'll bring out the cutlass and I'll show it to him. Hey,
Oh.
does this look like that cut Is that the same?
The very same. Look at you all, quite resourceful.
Aye, this was at that campsite that was already busted down. Don't know very few people that would lose or leave their weapon behind. Your vengeance may already be taken.
Maybe. Oh, that would be so sad.
Oh, you're basically then the owner of the rest of these items, and Zakria's gonna like turn to see who has the rest of the stuff from that camp.
Oh.
Since it doesn't seem like we're going to be meeting
He puts his hand
the
up.
rest of.
Don't worry about it. Maybe get a few gold next time you're in town for it. I have no need.
Would you
Neither
like
do
to
we.
have the tooth
The tooth?
of that half orc?
The tusk.
You have. Hold on one second. Forgot to pull up their names.
Hey.
You have Venazur's tooth. One of Venazur's tooths. Teeth. What? Why?
Because it found it on the ground.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's really funny.
So,
did you find anything of my sister's?
Sister?
Hers, plural.
Sister with an apostrophe S.
Right.
Because she's the one I'm most looking forward to murdering.
Oh. No, I don't think so.
Not that I remember.
It was to you, Rune. Oh, did I speak out of turn?
Nope. Sometimes you just gotta murder your sister.
Really?
Yes, you do.
What? Not that I never thought about that. But yeah, no.
Well, suppose with all of this, unless there are any other burning questions, I should be off, I suppose.
When were you in Duvalia last? Jayville.
Well, the grand scheme of things, less than a week ago.
Anything weird happening up there?
My perspective, no. But considering we basically owned the damn town up until recently.
I'm sorry, reading this missive and everything like that. Who's the man in purple?
Our fearless leader.
Who's your leader?
Man in purple.
Really? That's it?
Well, I suppose if it's over, I don't mind. Quite the bloke, actually. We never really quite knew a name. But they would always, because we, of course, dressed in red, he dressed in purple for some bloody reason. Visionary, though. Really utilized the younguns of us all that believed in rebellion. You see, the CNBC goes back a lot longer than you might know. Hell, my first memory was my father utilizing and sort of holding me, utilizing a dagger with my infant hand, showing me the way. Not when growing up wasn't really my style, though. But we're talking at least 150 years. I suppose we're going back to our roots quite literally. But he has always been, that's always been the most interesting thing about him. Throughout that entirety of those 150 years, hasn't aged a day.
Really?
Not a one. Some people believe he's immortal. He's probably just a bloody elf pretending to be a human, if I'm being honest. He just grins. Because he always wears that long purple bandana. Covers his ears. Tops of him, anyway. But that's just my personal speculation. You know, before today, I was planning on removing his head and replacing him myself. But again, I got a bit too close.
Okay, so what does he want?
Well, you all gone. He got what he wanted. He just couldn't keep it.
He just wanted the city?
For now.
Interesting. I think we may have encountered him once before.
Really?
In the docks the day before we left. We were chasing someone in purple.
Right.
It's a while back. It's a little difficult to remember.
This wouldn't be outside of Corhane's, would it?
I think so.
That is a story that has been told about the day that the peacekeepers got so close to the truth.
Interesting.
Perhaps we can dive into the details sometime. Perhaps post your dragony victory.
We'll see. We may just be another thing off the chessboard soon, depending on how this goes.
All right. Well, one last thing before I go. And he takes a hand and clasps it right behind your ear with a snap, Zakria, and shows you a card. And then he maneuvers the card like this, facing away from you, and then it pops up as a coin and hands it to you. And it's got his face on it. If ever you just so happen to run into my former associates and you get into a bit of a pickle you can't get out of, I think considering words of my device have not quite reached the tops of the cathedral that is the CNBC, or I suppose formerly was, perhaps this is a get out of jail free card for you for now.
Fair enough.
And Satir, you have been keeping an eye out on things.
Mm-hmm.
And you do hear, with your passive perception, the sounds of like the squelching of movement inside of the forest.
Everyone, there's things coming around.
Okay.
Kate, if you're supposed to get out of here before things get squishy, you might want to go.
Well, it gives you a deep, but like Broadway style bow. It was a pleasure making your acquaintance. Hopefully, it won't be the last time. And he about faces and starts to walk up the sand dunes.
As he's leaving, Zakria just calls out, "I have more to ask. Can we exchange information via the letters?"
And I'm sure I have more to tell and more to hear. Of course.
Be well.
You as well. And Sam whispers into your ear, Rilo, "That's the coolest person I've ever met. Ever."
As he starts to walk away, so, oh, do you want that book back?
Turns around. Kind of looks off to the side for a second. That life is over. Hope it finds some use for you.
I think I have to teach myself thieves' cant.
And I think that's where we'll end tonight's episode.
Multi-class. No, I'm kidding. I mean, I do have an 18 dexterity, so I could easily.
It's not outside of the realm of possibility.
No, really, it's not. If I take 3 levels in Rogue, I could become an arcane trickster. So
Oh man,
make it magical.
you never know. Anyway, thank you all out there for being here. Really appreciate you coming and hanging out with us for this lovely episode 63 of Duval Dragons. I mentioned earlier that Dynamic Kite is the second NPC I have ever created. I created him in 2017. And he was earmarked to be NPC way earlier in this campaign. So it's really cool to bring it back around for some interesting things to happen. We'll see where it manifests, if it manifests. If you are like, oh, that guy's really cool, he's actually also, along with the first ever NPC that I ever created, which I will reveal if you run into him, because you might, and you might soonish. In the Rumor Brokers, it's a book that I wrote for. You can find a link to that, I believe, on my link tree. And because he's real fun, and I like him a lot. And I forgot how much I liked him. Because he's fun
really
to play.
Cool book, you guys. I have it.
Yeah. So then you already know that. Then you already know the other NPC. Anyway, this is totally fine.
Isn't Dynamic Kite the character that you played in Threads of Fate?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. That's why as soon as I saw the tentacle, I was like, I know who this is.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you do. Yeah, you did. I saw it. I was like, yay, he remembers. Anyway, which is really funny because he was an NPC before he was a PC, and that anyway, it doesn't matter. This is not relevant to any of you out there. It's just fun behind the scenes nerddom for me. So before we get out of here, remind you that you got to come back here and hang out with us every other Sunday, or every Sunday actually, if we get to do some Dragon Strikes of Rebirth, because Lord have mercy, there's a lot of things happening. But in the meanwhile, in between while, Maddie, why don't you tell folks at home what you're up to while I go pee, and then you do the stuff.
Okay, sounds good. Hey, folks, what up? I'm Maddie, aka So Maddie Games. I use he/him pronouns. I, do stuff around here sometimes. We've had a couple. Well, we've had like a good month of a lot of empty schedules. Life has been life. But now that Ryan's not working 2 jobs, and potentially my availability is opening up soon, I think we are going to be getting back to some games this week. So check out our weeknight offerings. I think depending on how things are going, we might do some D&D tomorrow, some D&D Tuesday, maybe some D&D Wednesday. Definitely D&D Wednesday, because we're definitely coming back for Legacy of Chaos. Hopefully. And then, of course, some Call of Cthulhu on Thursday. Tentacles. And, yeah. And then, of course, I'm a graphic artist. I do, I make all sorts of stuff. You can still get a really awesome Christmas gift for someone you love. You can go to somanygames.com/gift and check out some custom merch that you can purchase for someone that you love, someone that you care about, maybe even someone you hate. Send them a tumbler that has your butt on it. Like, hello.
That's such a good idea.
I know, right?
Fuck you. Here's my butt.
or
sure
maybe
for a hater?
Or maybe a set of pint glasses with your butt on them. That's more butts. And
More butts per ounce.
They'll have to drink from your butt. Because they're gonna, because they're really good pint glasses. Anyway, go check that out.
They are.
You can also see my portfolio there on that website, and give me a holler for hire. And of course, sonerdwear.com. We currently have an underwear sale going on. All of our underwear is marked down for at least another week or so. And at the lowest prices we've ever done yet. You can get yourself some pirate booty underwear. It's basically just an eye patch on your ass. Or something else. Lots of great stuff. Check it out at sonerdwear.com. And with that said, Jess, what are you up to?
Hi, it me, and it Carew. I'm Jess. I'm Freckle Sketches everywhere. I use she/they pronouns. He uses he/him pronouns. And I have been your wonderful Fire Genasi Power Mom. I am your fantasy cartographer. I did the wonderful map on the beautiful overlay that Maddie made. I'm the official cartographer of Duval Dragons, Ampistrano, and Utharian Legends. I am Warkeeper for Ampistrano and all of the other games I play in because I can't fucking help myself. I'm not
Which, by the way, super fucking shout out to you for remembering the Man in Promo reference. I fucking couldn't believe that you remembered that. I was like, because when I was saying it, I was like, I remembered it, but because I was just like, I don't know if I'll put that together. Bam, nope. I don't. Why did I ask? Who cares?
We're just good. We're just really good at that. So yeah, I do a lot of stuff. I used to stream. I'm trying to get back into it. Holy shit, work is busy. In a good way. I do bookmarks. Look at that wonderful bookmark I made for Maddie's birthday.
Yeah.
The green is picking up my Chroma King, but that's cool.
That's how vibrant it is.
Yeah.
That's how wonderful and vibrant it is.
That's crin, y'all.
But my commissions are going to be open until the end of this month, and then I'm taking a break to finish current projects for the holiday season, and they'll probably open back up again spring next year. So now is the time if you want to book stuff with me.
Oh God,
Get it?
there's so much.
But otherwise, that's it for me. Chris, speaking of maps, that fun map of Sara that I'm in the middle of, what are you up to?
Yeah.
Oh, just doing all the stuff up here in the good old Big Sky area of Montana. We just started back up our live games every month. So if you're in the area at the end of every month, come up and roll some dice with us and in the real life instead of on digital, and you can have some fun with me. Other than that, I come here every other Sunday to roll dice with these beautiful people. But yeah, you can see anything else that I take care of over here at in my link tree. We will also be kicking off our lovely charity event called I don't know what we're going to call it this year. Usually we call it Operation Holiday Cheer, where we purchase gifts for some children that need it in the area. So that'll be fun. But that'll be the next big project for Badlands D&D. But if you're looking to see what we do, come take a look at the link tree. And with that, Jay, what are you doing?
Oh, just stuff. Hi, I'm Jay Quartz. I use she, her pronouns. And on the interwebs, I am Jay Quartz, 25 for people who like to watch the ticker talker things, which I haven't done a whole bunch of, but I'm starting to get back into it. Also, I play games with these two wonderful gentlemen, Mehdi and Jacob, on the other Sundays, where it's Dragonlance, Dragons of Rebirth. And then I also do this thing on Tuesdays, where it's on the Star Trek USS Solidarity, where I have emotional problems to deal with. And then I feel like I'm missing a game. Oh no, those are games that don't get streamed. And then there's this game. So I have a lot of games. I have to work on that. And I don't know why this is the accent. But yeah.
Wakanda forever.
Wakanda forever. So yes.
Wow. How did that's amazing. Wow, that's great.
But yeah, that's all I have going on, and maybe some other projects too, if my mind will let me.
Before you kick it off to Jacob, I did forget to mention that we are doing Extra Life right here.
Oh yeah.
November 4th from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. That Saturday, because we're old folks and we're not staying up all night to play games. That's not happening. But
that's right.
We're going to be playing some great games. Jess is going to be running D&D for our game 2. It's a great concept. You're going to want to check that out. And the final game of the night, I'm going back to my Extra Life roots and returning to Vampire the Masquerade, Emerald City Nights, a series of one-shots where I introduced nearly 30 people to Vampire the Masquerade over the course of those one-shots who'd never played it before. So I'm really excited. We got a great group for that. So come check us out. And So with that said, Jacob, what are you up to?
Oh, I'm just not doing a whole lot of things. That's not true. A few things that are coming down the pipe as per usual. So every Wednesday, actually this coming Wednesday, typically you wouldn't find me on Mrs. Valsetta because we take the last weekend of the month off, but we're actually starting to do an after show on the last Wednesday of the month. So if you want to come and hang out and ask us questions about the show or ask us how much we want to punch Damien's character in the face, spoiler alert, I did it in episode 1. You can come ask us that. So that's on Wednesday. This coming Thursday is episode 10 of season 2 of Outcast and Outclass, the Pathfinder 2e AP. That's magical and amazing and awesome. That's at 8 p.m. Eastern time over on Waffles Maple Syrup. The other show I think is at 9 o'clock on Wednesday. And then this coming Sunday, of course, along with Jay and Maddie, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time, right here on this particular channel, you'll find some Dragonlance, Dragons of Rebirth, hopefully. Oh, and on Tuesday, over on the Amphitheater, going to be playing some more Sea of Stars, which is an incredible, fucking amazing RPG that's had its hooks in me ever. So that's been super duper fun. So come over and hang out. That's at 8 p.m. Eastern time on Tuesday night. And then lastly, but not leastly, as we always do here on the Chatty Fam, is to remind you of the following truths, my dears. And that's the fact that Black lives motherfucking matter, that trans rights are motherfucking human rights. If you don't have a uterus, you don't get to tell people what uterus is, what to do with theirs. Mind your damn business. Stop AAPI hate. Stand up to Jewish hate. Maybe like Israel and Palestine, chill. Workshopping it.
Stand up to Jewish hate.
Yeah, exactly. Because that is encompassing, but considering the situation going on, I felt appropriate to add an addendum to it. Did I already say climate change is real? I'm gonna say it again. Read a motherfucking book. Choose kindness and love, especially right now because war is dumb. Straight up. Anyway, the only good war is the war that I made up with my brain. It's part of the backstory of this world. God damn it.
Be your own.
And I ain't killed no kids either.
Be your own peacekeeper. Inspire the change you want to see in the world.
That's right.
We need to make that a fucking shirt. Holy shit, Jess. Good to God. That's really good. Anyway, so before we get out of here, Maddie, who we thinking of raiding over here, bud?
So we are going to raid Persephoroth.
Oh, we love Persephoroth in this house.
Yeah. So we're gonna do that.
Great.
Start our raid now. And thank you, folks.
See you next time.
I am so out
Peace,
of shape.
love,
Bye,
and elbow grease.
Booty.
Rocking everywhere.